salty Gulf Coast to the rolling high plains, to the piney woods in the east. All across our dear Texas, folks need good food to eat. Our farmers and ranchers are heroes. They've always made Texas great. Texas agriculture matters. It's the heart of the Lone Star State. Oh, Texas got it all, y'all.
Well, howdy, neighbors. I'm your Texas Agriculture Commissioner, Sid Miller. Hey, thank you for joining us for another episode of Texas Agriculture Matters right here on RFD TV. Now today, we're saddling up for a Lone Star State tradition as fast-paced and as deeply rooted in our culture. Horse racing. For its diverse tracks and passionate racing culture, Texas has been a hub for both quarter horses and thoroughbred racing, now offering exciting events that draw participants and spectators all across our nation. Now, this storied industry not only provides entertainment, but also plays a critical role in supporting the state's agriculture economy and preserving our rural heritage. Horse racing in Texas fosters a unique synergy between agriculture and sport, from breeding and training facilities to racetracks and equine health services. The industry supports thousands of jobs, particularly in our rural areas. Now, farms that breed and raise racehorses are vital contributors to the agriculture economy, while the industry's demand for hay, feed, other specialized services boosters local agribusinesses. And additionally, the economic ripple from the racing events attracts tourists and energizes local businesses, hotels, restaurants. This is a direct shot into the arm of our Texas economy. Now, beyond its economic contributions, Texas horse racing is a cultural touchstone that upholds the state's connections to its equestrian heritage. The sport reflects the enduring spirit of Texas, celebrating the athleticism of its horses and the dedication of its breeders, trainers, and jockeys, all who work tirelessly to achieve success. Tracks such as Lone Star Park, Sam Houston Racetrack, and Retama Park not only host thrilling races, but also serve as gathering places where communities gather to celebrate a shared love of horses and racing. Now, let's join Tammy Arnder as she takes a closer look at the horse racing industry in Texas. Horse racing, just another reason Texas agriculture matters.
About an hour north of Dallas in Pilot Point, you'll find Valor Farm. This farm isn't famous for its cotton, corn, or cattle, but its colts.
We're a full-service breeding farm. We breed and foal out mares, layups, board, a little bit of everything. So everything but the training end of it, from beginning to end, we do that right here at Valor Farm.
Donnie Denton is the manager at Valor Farm. He's got a real passion for horses, and racehorses in particular. The Scarboroughs actually started out with quarter horses, but after a visit to Kentucky, they were enthralled with thoroughbreds.
The amount of horses that we'll have on Valor Farm will be anywhere from 75 to 80, maybe 90. During breeding season, when it starts up in February, we'll run about anywhere from 125 to 150 mares on the farm.
So Valor Farms is where it all begins for many Texas racehorses. The staff at this Denton County facility literally work around the clock to make sure the mares, stallions, and new babies are well cared for.
We monitor these mares every day. I have a day watchman that watches them, then I have several night watchmen. And then once a foal gets ready to be born, the mare says it's time, then there'll be 3 to 4 of us on call each night to help foal out the mares. We'll be there to assist those mares, try to let them foal on their own, but if there's any complications, then that's where we come in, try to help them make it as easy a birth as we can.
For Denton, running Valor Farm isn't just a job. It's something that he wants to do every waking hour of every day for the love of the sport and the animals.
Well, at an early age, I grew up around horses, and our family had horses, and when I was old enough to ride at an early age, I rode pretty much every day. And it just developed into a love for horses, and it ended up being a career for me. I grew up raking horses most of my life. I was a cowboy, rode horses every day of my life. Then I developed a love and I went on to the racetracks. Spent a lot of time, a lot of years at the racetrack. Then after a certain time on the racetrack, I had an opportunity to come to work for the Scarboroughs.
Denton says what makes horse racing unique from any other sport, say football or car racing, is clients and customers can connect with their product.
Well, one of the things that connects you with the industry as far as owners, they get to be a part of it a little more in depth. A lot of owners can't get out there, get in a car and race a car or do whatever they need to do. They're involved in it from day one. If they raise them, they've got a connection to that mare, they've got a connection to that baby. They get to go to the track, they get to watch their horses work, they get to go to the barn, pet their horses, look at their horses. They get to be a part of that. And that's important to horse owners.
And Denton says the racehorse industry is a testament to Texas heritage, and he'd like to see the industry grow and expand. Valor Farms is home to some of the top stallions in the Southwest, and the young horses raised here are more than ready for the next step, to go to a trainer and prepare them for a future in racing, whether that be in Texas, Kentucky, or another state, all with the hopes that another Alashiba, a Scarborough horse that won the Kentucky Derby and Preakness in 1987, will ride into that winner's circle and elevate the racing industry in the Lone Star State.
We just keep hoping that we can improve horse racing in Texas to a point that maybe someday we can have the Breeders' Cup come back here. So it's a never-ending battle. You can't give up. Love the sport. It's just a great sport to be around. It's a lot of fun to be involved in it. And when it's been my life.
I'm Tammy Arender for Texas Agriculture Matters.
Hey neighbor, today it's my pleasure to have Ben Hudson joining us. Now, Ben is the publisher and editor of Track Magazine, and he's also a director of the American Quarter Horse Organization. Ben, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Sid. Good to see you again.
I tell you what, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Well, I grew up in North Texas, bought my first horse right here at Northside when I was a sophomore in high school, give $100 for a gelding, and it wasn't worth 10 cents. But been hooked on the horse deal forever. Grew up in Fort Worth, graduated from TCU, spent time in the Navy during all that Vietnamese mess, and the whole time in Virginia. Then came back and went to work for another horse publication, and we started Track in 1975 and been doing it ever since, and did it in Fort Worth for 25 years, and we've done it now in Morgan Mill for 25 years.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And really enjoy it. We cover American quarter horse racing wherever it is. Been to Australia, been to South America,
wow. So
and,
it's a global
all over the
publication.
United. It's a global publication.
50 years, right?
50 years. We've got a half dozen employees there in Erath County, and publish it from there. It's printed in Missouri, but it's we put it together out at Morgan Mill.
So how has it evolved over that 50 years? What's changed?
Just the technology in printing is unreal. We used to have it printed here in Fort Worth, and it was an old hot type deal from linotype machines. Of course, we do all of that pre-press work now in Morgan Mill on half a dozen computers, and
wow.
And it's really magic how quick it can happen.
So, what's your distribution for your magazine?
It goes all over the country. Anywhere that anyone is interested in quarter horse racing, we ship them a magazine and all. And in addition to that, and that's a monthly deal. In addition to that, we have a weekly newsletter that's probably the average is 25 pages, and it goes everywhere every Monday afternoon.
Wow. So let's talk about the horse industry in Texas. What does it mean to our economy?
It's incredible what it means right now. It has really been good for the last half dozen years. This morning, I got a report from the Texas Quarter Horse headquarters in Elgin, and they gave me some figures on the last few years on their annual horse sale. Thanks to House Bill 2463, which you helped tremendously with, that passed in 2018, we're throwing a bunch of tax money back to the horsemen every year, about $25 million split among all disciplines of horses in Texas, all breeds of horses in Texas that are in competition. And it caused the Texas Quarter Horse annual yearling sale that they have in San Antonio, it caused it was grossing $2 million when that bill passed. This year, it grossed $7 million. That means breeders of horses got $7 million paid back to them this year.
Wow, that's outstanding.
And that's just tremendous.
Oh, it is. Now, you and Christine, your wife, y'all are also breeders of race horses instead of just doing the publication. Tell us about that.
Well, we're going to get Christine to tell you about that here after a while.
Okay.
But we've been doing that for years, and Christine, due to her horsewomanship, I guess we should say, it's really doing well. You know, one thing that we did, you were with us last Saturday night at the races at Lone Star Park, and you saw the richest night of racing in Texas this year, any breed.
Right.
It was it. They paid out $2 million in purses over there, and packed house, and people having fun, you know, families and all. It was just tremendous. That race that we created in 1998, before Lone Star Park was even opened, it has paid out, read that number,
$44.5 million.
$44.5 million going back to horsemen in Texas from a little program that we started 25 years ago.
I'd say horse racing is back and
horse
alive
racing
and doing well in Texas.
and I thank everybody that participates in it. You know.
All right, folks. Hey, we got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with Ben. We're going to talk more horse racing in Texas. Stay tuned to Texas Agriculture Matters. Well, welcome back to Texas Agriculture Matters. I'm your host, Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller. Now, let's continue our talk with Track Magazine's Ben Hudson. Ben, you know, since you started your magazine 50 years ago, how's horse racing changed in Texas?
Well, 50 years ago, we were going to such places as Goliad and Del Rio and Sonora and Columbus at little non-parimutuel racing. When parimutuel passed in 1987, things changed, and they built Sam Houston Race Park in Retama and Lone Star over here, and they race at Gillespie also, and we pretty much have racing, thoroughbred or quarter horse, from January through the 1st of December.
Yeah,
and it's pretty good. It really is.
How would you describe the current state of Texas horse racing, and what are the major trends you might see?
You know, one of the things that's really picked up with these purses and all is the stallion business in Texas. Okay. You know, Pete Scamardo and Johnny Trotter at their Granada deal down at College Station, they bred more than 900 mares there this year.
Wow. That
produces lots of jobs for a lot of people.
Oh, sure it does.
You know, there's a new farm up on the Red River called Solo Select, and they just today, this very day, they had a new Grade 1 winning stallion announced is going to stand there for the first time, and this is their first venture into racing, and that's pretty exciting. There's other stud farms up in that direction, and all the little state of Texas that are doing well, but it's pretty healthy right now. Again, thanks to that HB 2463.
And that was our answer to the incentives from the other states that have on casino gambling. We decided not to go the gambling route and just put an infusion of cash
that was as good a fix as we could have. Yeah. You know, I mean, every state around us has casino gambling that funds their racing purses, and so this was a very innovative program that we came up with in Texas, and it's really working.
All right, wrapping up, why do you think Texas agriculture matters?
You know, being raised in the country, I know it matters. You know, I can see it driving up and down Highway 281 in Stephenville. You know, it's the amount of horse products and horse-related businesses in our part of the country, in Parker County and Erath County. You just can't believe how many of those are related to horses.
Well, Ben, thanks for being with us today. We appreciate what you're doing for the horse industry and your life's dedication to Track Magazine. Well, folks, we have Christine Hudson with us. She's married to Ben, and they run Track Magazine, but Christine is the one that raises all the horses. Good to have you with us today.
Sid.
Tell us about your breeding operation and what y'all do at Morgan Mill.
Well, we have 125 acres there, and we've got it split up in all kinds of pastures. And right now we're down to only 8 mares. And no, I take it back, down to 4. Used to have 8 and brought it down to 4, and mainly because of time that it takes. And Ben and I both talk about the breeding and what we're going to do with our mares and what works the best with their history, their pedigrees, and keep our fingers crossed and hope we get something good.
Now, you've raised some outstanding colts.
We have.
Talk about a few of those.
Well, we raised one of our favorites was a horse called One Fabulous Eagle, and better known around the barn as Pistol, because he was born pretty quick. And he, that much in the All-American,
man.
it lost by that much, and we thought we had it won.
That's pretty close.
Yeah,
That's pretty close.
Really close, so
Great.
it's a lot of fun.
So, well, we appreciate what both of y'all have done for the horse industry, particularly the racing horse industry, and we appreciate your dedication.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Hey, folks, we're going to go take a look at another one of our great Go Texan partners. Stay tuned. For over 20 years, the Texas Department of Agriculture's Go Texan program has helped promote products made right here in the Lone Star State. From boots to salsa, Go Texan members make the best stuff on earth. Now, friends, let's take a look at one of these fine Texas businesses and why they are Go Texan proud.
Go Texan every day.
Texas agriculture is very important to our business. We would not have Texas tea without it. We wouldn't have Texas tea without the farmers. Our whole product, the lemonades and limeades and the juices and the teas, their foundation is Texas. It's the farmers, it's the agriculture, it's the products that come from our state. That's what our tea is all about. So it's vital to our business. I'm Laura Bajaj. I'm the office manager here at DB Miller Texas Tea. And we have been a Go Texan member for such a long time. I can't remember exactly when, but it's been probably since 2012. So we're working on our 13th year here, and we're so happy with it. So super glad they've been along with us for the journey, and it's been awesome. We've had a distributorship since 1999, and we launched Texas Tea in 2009. We wanted tea in our portfolio of products that we distribute, and we thought we'll just launch our own. So how do we do that? Well, there's so many great fruits and products in Texas, so we'll just make a tea all about Texas. Our partnership with Go Texan has been vital to our business. It's opened up doors and opportunities for us that we never would have had without it. Anyone out there that has a Texas product, I would say 100% without a doubt, you have to join Go Texan, because it's just another resource, another help for you. And it's been a great community. It's been almost like a family to us. We're super glad we did it, and I don't think we'd be where we are today without it. Having the logo on our bottles, it's just, you're part of something. You're part of something that's bigger than yourself, bigger than your business, bigger than your one product. You're part of a group, and you have each other's backs. And I think that's what the Go Texan label means to us, to have it on there, to say that we're a part of something, and we're part of something great, and we're part of a community. I'm Laura Bajaj with DB Miller Texas Tea, and we're Go Texan proud.
Go Texan every day.
Well, neighbors, thank you for joining us for another episode of Texas Agriculture Matters. Hey, hope you enjoyed learning more about the Texas horse racing industry and its impact for our state. In many ways, the Texas horse racing industry is a living testament to the state's agriculture traditions and entrepreneurial spirit. It bridges the past and the present, providing a platform where innovation meets history. Finally, here's today's cowboy logic. You know, being well done is much better than well said. Thank you. God bless. And remember, friends, Texas agriculture matters.
From the salty Gulf Coast to the rolling high plains, to the piney woods in the east, all across our dear Texas, folks need good food to eat. Our farmers and ranchers are heroes. They've always made Texas great. Texas agriculture matters. It's the heart of the Lone Star State.
Oh, Texas got it all